Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at Solana, double checking a couple of things. There's actually a very good pattern for what we got here forming. Bitcoin and Solana are were kind of paired earlier. Now looks like Solana's been able to recover a lot quicker and easier than Bitcoin, which is very nice. So if we do see this ABC pattern fulfill itself, it probably won't be a super massive dip. It'll probably be a nice little pivot down to that, like I mentioned earlier, 162 to 170 range to sweep that level of liquidity. So let's talk about that and kind of see where we're at. So if you're new to the channel, just ask you go ahead and hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. If you want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tag is a site. Link down below. So this is the last month's worth of trading, keep in mind, but in the overall sense, we see a decent amount of liquidation at 185 and just below that 174. So 174 is that potential lower level. We could see that C pattern fulfilled just to kind of sweep that lower level liquidity. That's very, very common how market movers work. Just something to be mindful of that could very well be the case. Now, looking at the last 7 days, this is the liquidation levels I'm talking about here. I talked about this earlier. Just kind of give you a recap. 174, again, very heavy. 185, roughly the same. We do have a decent amount as well at 165. So that's why the range of, just say low 60s to 175, that could be the next sweep down for Solana if Bitcoin continues to pull back. Now again, I say if Bitcoin continues to pull back because right now it's testing its 0.382 fib level here and is really just looking like it wants to continue a little bit lower. If that does happen, we could expect Solana to pull back too, right? So again, Solana's looking nice right now, better than Bitcoin in the overall sense. But again, we keep testing this lower level here, this 0.236 at 177 range. We're going to break it eventually if we continue to retest it. So just be aware of that. Try not to be too blinded by how green your spot bag is or whatever, because it can quickly change. Okay. Now at this point, when we look at the daily, we can clarify we're truly bullish. There's nothing here giving us indication the price is going to pull back, minus stochastic RSI, which is a common retracement tool. In other words, it's always going to let us know the price action is likely shifting momentum. You got to keep in mind though, last time we had a stochastic swing to the downside, it was right here. And it was right here, and the price literally went sideways and down a very small margin. So don't read into stochastic RSI too much. It should be used as a complementing factor. Everything else is bullish until we see those things break bearish. Stochastic means nothing right now because it's actually a good sign that the stochastic's pulling down and the price action is going sideways. Okay? All right, so again, that's roughly the daily time frame, mostly positive. Looking at the 4-hour here, we can see there might be a shift in momentum occurring where we're getting closer to 50 on the RSI. We break below that, could be potentially a shift in momentum. And that would put us below this 175 mark and effectively sweep that lower level liquidity too. So it could just be a fake out or a fake positive there. You want to be careful shorting into that. For now, we're still holding decently well above that moving average there. We can also see MACD, while it's diverging, isn't increasing in amplitude. This is actually a positive sign. The longer this maintains, the more likely it is to break out the opposite direction. Same thing with stochastic RSI. It's swinging upwards for right now, but again, it's still pretty low. So it gives us favorability that the price action is more likely to increase. We do got to recognize that we have broken this ascending trend line, and we had a bearish backtest of this ascending trend line. It does imply that ABC pattern is more likely to complete itself because we're coming up to that level and rejecting out. Okay? Now, it's not a guarantee. It's not an exact science either. This trend line wasn't like perfect. No trend line really is. But generally speaking, that's something to be mindful of and pay attention to. We look at the hourly. This is going to confirm for us a few things here. Quickly to note, first things first, lagging span. Where are you? It's kind of hard to see with the moving averages. Let me turn those off. We can see lagging spans right here. Okay, so not free of the price action. I mean, it's kind of is, but not really. It'll be engulfed here soon. So the easy way to understand it there is that you shouldn't consider a long or a short position when that happens. Conversion line and the baseline pretty tight together. The actual cloud itself also fairly within the price, or vice versa, right? So when we see all these things kind of combined, we do not really consider a trade. I wouldn't recommend it. I would say, however, though, if we were to break this descending type of trend, which we can kind of see here if we just use candlesticks, we can see that breaking above that level would give us confirmation being above the cloud too. So ultimately, if that were kind of a contributing factor, that would be positive. We'd be looking for a candlestick closure above somewhere in the range of 180 or higher. We'd want to see that sometime today. Well, actually, probably more so sometime tomorrow due to the fact that we're almost closing today's candle. So the easy way to understand it here is that you want to be cautious in taking a position. If you do take a long, again, low leverage, low position size, I do not recommend a short at this point. There's no guarantee we're going to move down, but I can tell you there is some incentive here, that 174 mark. for the whales to sweep that lower level. So that might be a good consideration for entry, for long, or if you're going to short to that level, keep it tight, make sure that you're working within the ranges. Again, quick congrats to our community members. I got to give it a quick kudos here because we took some nice profit here from Cardano yesterday, 60%, 30% from Caspa, ICP 70, BSV 40, and AVAX 44, right in that range. So again, really cool stuff. Happy that worked out very well for you folks. And you'll see we don't have any Solana trades in there. Those are more so day trades. We have day trades with Solana and 7 other trading pairs. Anyways, conversation for another day. You got questions in that, comment below. Like, subscribe, follow if you haven't yet already. CryptoCache.tech is the site if you want more information. I hope you have a great rest of the day either way. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.